What's going on, guys? My name is Jordan Reyes and welcome to my channel. And if you guys are new here, maybe you know you might stumble upon to another one of my videos. I only have like 10 videos up right now, but definitely think about liking the video, subscribing to my videos, and hitting that notification bell. But today I have a pretty crazy topic. Not crazy, nothing really like too I guess crazy for you guys, but I like to update you guys on everything that I'm doing, which is, you know, my journey to, like, I guess entrepreneurship and just pretty much a life around me. So I want to tell you guys a little bit about myself before we get started on the story, because I think it's kind of important. So what I'm doing now, I'm actually driving trucks, like semi trucks, 18 wheelers, whatever you want to call them, but that's what I do for a living. I do these YouTube videos on the side. I only got like a couple videos up, not really too crazy on it, but it's just something that I'm enjoying as of now, as, like, I guess a hobby, whatever. Okay, that's cool. But I think that in this process, if you're not enjoying this process of what your overall goals are, then you really not gonna make it far. And my thing is, I enjoy the process of all of this, I guess, entrepreneur, like, lifestyle, everything that I say that I do, because I try to preach everything that I preach. I try to do it. I try to implement it in my life as much as I possibly can. But there's just days that you just feel like giving up, and there's just days that you just feel like all the odds are against you, and there's just days where you just feel like you're just exhausted and you cannot take anymore, right? And I had one of those days recently. But back to what I was saying about me, I'm trying to become an entrepreneur. I'm trying to not vlog, but just keep you guys updated on my day-to-day lifestyle. I enjoy investing in stocks. I enjoy talking about money. I enjoy about personal, I guess, care, personal improvement, self-improvement. That's the stuff I like to talk about and do. So every time I say something, I preach it. But it's very, very difficult. Back to the topic that I was talking about, that I lost myself for a little bit. And we're gonna get to the story in a second. So pretty much, I just feel like if you're not enjoying the process and you're just not, I guess, enjoying the hard parts of it and not just enjoying the good parts of it, which definitely there's gonna be more hard parts than good parts of this whole, I guess, Jordan Reyes storyline, then we're definitely not gonna make it far. Now, to my story time. This was actually Friday. And keep in mind, like I said, I'm a truck driver. So I drive semi trucks, 18 wheelers, whatever you want to call them. That's what I do. I drive. The night before, do not quote me on this, but I think I woke up in Dallas. And from Dallas, I drove the night before. This was Thursday. So I woke up in Dallas. From Dallas, I drove to Houston. Now from Houston, I did a couple local jobs. I delivered to the port, took out my container, and then my boss calls me saying like, hey, I have a delivery tomorrow, kind of close here to Houston in the Katy area, which is about, I'll say, 30 minutes to 40 minutes from where the yard is at. So my appointment was at 10 a.m. right? And so that my appointment was at 10 a.m., I decided to just go from the yard directly, do what I have to do throughout my day, and then directly go from the yard to sleep somewhere close to that Katy area. So I eventually find this little spot, right? It's a little shady spot. It's like a dead end, and I back into there, and throughout the night, I sleep amazing. It was good. There was wind blowing. I guess it was pretty quiet. It was like a dark little bayou area, which was nice. No, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I sleep in some really loud places, and it's just not uncomfortable for me to sleep there. But this night, it was just, everything was pretty much perfect and aligned for me to sleep well. Now, the day comes up. right? It's, I believe, 9 o'clock in the morning. I decided to go to the warehouse. It's actually an Igloo warehouse. For y'all that don't know, Igloo is like a cooler brand, like I guess an ice chest, whatever you want to call them. It doesn't matter, right? Anyways, it's a well-known brand. But that Igloo warehouse, right? My appointment's at 10 a.m. and so I decided to go there, right? And I was thinking it was gonna be a very quick load, right? I go in with an empty container and then I get loaded up. They load me up there. So now my appointment is at 10, right? I show up there. You know, we don't start actually on like, you know, looking for a spot for me to back up into, because keep in mind I have a container, so pretty much I just back up into a dock and I open my doors and back in there. But my appointment, keep in mind my appointment was at 10 a.m. and I emphasize this a lot because we did not start loading me up at 10 a.m. At the time, I actually showed up there at 9:30, right, to be loaded up at 10. But no, we did not start loading me up at 10. We actually started loading me up at 12. Now, keep in mind, I haven't had breakfast. I haven't brushed my teeth. I could not take a shower. I was feeling very disgusting. I have not showered in about, I would say that would be the second day that I haven't showered within that period. So I felt disgusted. I was hungry. It was kind of cold. And it was fluctuating between hot and cold. So it was kind of like in this period where it's like just nothing was going great. So now they start loading me up at 12. And it's one of those situations where they really just take their time to load me up. So when I'm getting loaded up, I try to take naps. So I don't know what's going on back there, but between the time of me being loaded, I felt this movement of them loading me up, but it'll be like a pause for about an hour. So they would load me up for about 30 minutes, 20 minutes or so, then nothing will happen within an hour. And I'm confused because, you know, I'm trying to get out of here as soon as possible, go on about my day and do some local jobs. But they just took forever. Like I said, I haven't showered. I did not brush my teeth. I haven't ate. I was just pretty much exhausted mentally, physically. Everything was in my body was just giving out on me. So eventually, all right, these are one of the processes and I guess one of the bumps on the roads that you have to deal with the journey that you want to do, because eventually I want to get my own, you know, truck, right? This is a company truck that I drive, but these are just one of the processes that I have to go through in order to reach my overall goal. Because if you can't go through the bad times, you definitely cannot go through the good times, right? Now, I'm trying to keep that positive mindset, right? But just when you're in that situation, you just feel like you cannot take no more. That's just me. That day, I don't know what's going on with me. I usually don't try to think like that, but that day, I just couldn't take it. I couldn't take it. So after they finished unloading me, like around, I want to say like 5:30. So between that time, between 5:30, I actually went home to the yard. It took me about an hour and a half to get to the yard because Katy from Houston, it's usually around 30 to 40 minutes. But with traffic, God forbid, I'm in that situation again. But it took me about an hour and 30 minutes. So I got to the yard like around 7. Now, I had to pick up my daughter, right? But luckily my girlfriend picked her up. Thank you to her. Shout out to her. Also follow her YouTube channel. But yeah, I got to the yard like around 7:30. Now, that after I got out to the yard, keep in mind I was hungry, haven't showered, didn't brush my teeth. Like, I feel like I was just a caveman at that point, right? Now, after that, I go home, right? I stopped by Chick-fil-A. I get me a Cobb salad, and then I get, you know, everybody at the house some food. I had to pick up my daughter, right? So I have 2 daughters, right? I have Athena and Natalia. But Natalia was with her mom, and then Athena was with my girlfriend. So I had to go pick up my other daughter, which was Natalia. And Natalia was actually on the other side of town. So I got there at 7:30, went to go pick her up on the other side of town, picked her up like around 8 o'clock. And, it's one of those times where you're just driving and you just feel like anybody that pushes you the wrong way is just gonna automatically get it. And my daughter was in the back of my car just telling me about her day, enjoying it. And I'm trying to be patient with her, but mentally I was not okay. I was just drained. I was tired, exhausted. I just really just wanted to, like, tell her, like, hey, be quiet, like, dude, this is enough, stop talking to me, just leave me alone. But the dad in me is like, no, I can't do that. I haven't seen my daughter for 2 weeks, so I just I couldn't bring it out in me. But mentally I was just feeling that. And pretty much my daughter, the whole way there, she was just telling me like all these stories about school, all these stories about her weeks and stuff like that. And we eventually get Chick-fil-A. We get her little kids meal. My other daughter, her kids meal. My girlfriend would get her a sandwich, and then I get the Cobb salad. And then I go home, right? And finally I open the door, whatever. I'm feeling drained. I still haven't brushed my teeth, guys. And this is disgusting because I'm very hygienic when it comes to me cleaning, and especially since I'm a trucker, I don't really get those luxuries, right? But I keep up with those hygienes of myself. And I just got there, opened up my salad, start eating it up, mixing the ranch, whatever, start eating it up, feeling drained, mentally, physically, everything. Like, I was exhausted. Then I go to take a shower, quick shower, and I just go to bed. And I'm just there, and I just feel my face just tearing up, like crying. And then to make it even worse, my girlfriend comes in and she tells me like, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? This and that. And keep in mind, I'm in the state of mind where I just don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to be left alone. And I start tearing up in front of her. But in my defense, I don't feel like that's a weakness. I feel like that's a strength. If you in a relationship with someone and you can show your vulnerability, then that means that you guys have a good, healthy, strong relationship. But yeah, she understood that it was just one of those days. We're all human. But yeah, pretty much I started feeling a little sick. I started having like the fevers or like flu-like symptoms, which I was like shaking and feeling cold. And yeah, pretty much fell asleep like that. The next day I just woke up and I felt normal. I drank some medicine the night before, I'm sorry. Then I fell asleep. Then the next day I woke up and I felt normal. But yeah, guys, moral of the story is, it was just one of those days. But those days are part of the process. If I do not go through those days, then I really do not deserve to enjoy the good parts of my day. Because like, I enjoy my successes. Even though they're very little, I think they outweigh all the negative days and all the bad days that I have. So this is just part of the process. I'm not upset, I'm not angry. I just feel like it's just one of those days that we have to go through, and it's just one of those days that we all have to go through. If you have goals, ambitions, anything that you have set for yourself, bro, you have to go through bad days. And I think just that Friday, it was just my turn, But yeah, guys, with that being said, I really hope you guys like my little story. Maybe it might motivate somebody out there to, like, I don't know, that's having a really bad day, or even just not going through it. It doesn't even have to be a bad day. I had times where I had bad weeks. But maybe this might motivate you and make you change your mindset, where it goes from just a negative mindset to a positive mindset. But it's just things that you have to go through in order to move forward with your life. And not just move forward with your life, move forward with your career, move forward towards your goal, move forward to your success, however you want to put it. But it definitely, it doesn't sound too much, but it was definitely crazy for me, and I'm actually glad I went through it. I'm glad I did it. You know, I don't feel too down about it, but it's just part of the process, like I said. And whatever your goals might be, you guys might be going through it right now. Maybe this might help you out, but definitely like, subscribe. Also, if you guys could give me a comment down below, I would really like a thumbs up, guys. It was really gonna help out my channel drastically. But with that being said, guys, I think that's it, and I guess take care, guys.